Okay. It seems as though we're back, huh? I'm gonna be honest. My picks last night were okay. I mean, like, really what it ultimately came down to was hold on, I'm just putting up a couple other things here. So it was like this. MMA math doesn't work when it's supposed to, typically. People decided not to show up, and a lot of things don't really make a lot of sense until things just don't make a lot of sense. I mean, it is what it is. I'm so hungover, so please excuse me. So hungover right now. So we're gonna try to get through this as best as possible. I had some sausage and eggs this morning. Some coffee kind of got me got the car started, you know. But we're gonna try to run through this as good as possible. I don't know what words I want to use right now, to be honest. We're gonna go over our picks from last night. And then we are going to talk about the Jake Paul and Mike Perry fight last night, which was a couple things a couple points that I took away from that I do want to discuss for sure. So let's go ahead and start with the first fight of the night here. What a shit show this was, huh? Usman versus Peterson, bro. What a shit show that was. To be honest, Usman's never going to be as good as his brother. He's pretty garbage. You know? I mean, he's just scared to get hit. I mean, plain and simple. You know, you see a guy that size and you think to yourself that he's just a dog, but dude's... If you watched my last live stream, I said I don't know what it is about Usman, but sometimes I just I see bitch in him. That fight last night was literally a testament to that. Absolutely a testament to that. So, I mean, what did I have for this? My pick was over a round and a half. That hit. I hit on my pick on that fight, so we were 1-for-1 going into this card. So I did so if you I know, like, looks like a bunch of mess, but there's a method to my madness here. We got a money line pick, how I thought it was gonna end, and then if I wanted a specific pick that I was gonna add to my parlays or whatever, I added that on here. So hence my pick at the end. Some of them don't have it. Some I didn't really feel comfortable putting a bet on it. So we have a lot of my picks missed, but my predictions hit. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of misses, a lot of hits on here, but for this specific fight, I had Usman winning by TKO in round 2. Didn't happen. But what I felt comfortable putting my money on was it going over a round and a half, and that's what I did. Peterson wins by decision. Peterson's still garbage. Big fat boy. He's very cringy on the mic. I'm not really a fan. Usman should retire. I think if you can't beat Peterson, you're not going to amount to anything. in this sport. And if you're that scared to get hit by a Thomas Peterson, I don't really know what to make of the future of your career. I'm gonna be honest with you. So Peterson wins by decision. That's about all I can really say about it. That's about all I could really say about it. Next fight. Jandiroba is garbage, like I said in the prediction video, and she proved that last night. Carolina just outclassed her in pretty much every regard. Jandiroba got some takedowns, couldn't really keep him for very long, couldn't really do much, couldn't do much ground and pound, much damage on the ground, couldn't do much with her takedowns. You know, it was just a masterclass by Carolina. Just totally outranged her, stayed outside the pocket, just kept doing exactly what I knew she was gonna do. I had Carolina winning by decision, and that is what happened. So we were looking, so that fight was real good, had that picked correctly. So MMA math worked for that one. Absolutely worked for that one. So not really much else to say about the fight. She just she did what she was supposed to do. Stayed at range. Just continued to be the dominant fighter in the ring. I mean, in the octagon, is what it is. A lot of these fights were straightforward, but some of them I do want to get into detail about. Like this one right here. Trey Ogden versus don't know his name, Razabov or whatever that is. I hated saying his name. I'm glad he lost, so I don't have to keep saying it. Actually, I'm not glad he lost, because I was totally against my pick, or my prediction rather. And Trey Ogden's mad boring. Wow, I'm so hungover. Trey Ogden is mad boring. Wet blanket of a man. He had a couple submission attempts, but ultimately couldn't get him. He spent the entire fight on top of Razabov, because anytime they were on the feet, he was getting absolutely pieced up. And then let me tell you this: you're beating a guy's ass on the feet. You know that when you get taken down, the rest of that round is over. Like, you know that. It happened twice already, right? Like, I'm talking about the third round, right? Third round came, and I'm like, if he gets taken down, the round's over. And I was just wholeheartedly convinced in that fact. Okay? Why in your puny little brain would you decide? So tell me this. At the very end, right? Kind of like the endish of the third round, he is on top of Ogden, right? Standing over him, trying to drop. He's like stacking his guard, trying to drop bombs on him. Then he falls on top of him and goes into his guard. He did it like twice. Why are you doing that? Why are you not letting him get up? You are outstriking this man on the feet. You don't want to go to the ground with him. You literally just spent 2 full rounds on the ground. You can't wrestle. Your wrestling is trash if Ogden is literally just controlling you like that the whole fight. Literally, like, you get taken down and the fucking round's over, and I see that. So third round, you stack his guard and fall into his guard on purpose when you know you need a knockout to win. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just low IQ. Like, I was so confused at what he was doing when I'm watching him. I'm like, you literally need a knockout to win, and you're just going into this man's guard. Like, are you fucking slow? So Trey Ogden wins. Boring. Boringly as always. Fishes for a takedown every time. I mean, he didn't go for a takedown in the last round, really. I was actually surprised how long he was standing up with fucking Rasabov, to be honest. But Ogden wins boringly. Rasabov slow, dumb, retarded. Is what it is. Is what it is. I had Rasabov winning by KO and Ogden won by decision, so we missed on that pick. Is what it is. Moving on. I had Maverick winning by decision, and that is what happened. Maverick versus Barboza. Maverick came out with that American flag, with the American flag, sunglasses, with the cowboy hat on. She a farmer girl. She came out meaning business, boy. Beat this bitch's ass. Beat her ass. Massive top control was just outclassed Barboza. Just straight up beat her ass the whole fight. Very dominant performance by Maverick. I had her winning by decision, and I had a specific pick for this for it to go over 2.5 rounds, and that is what happened. I mean, that's really it, to be honest. I mean, she kept her at range. She was really circling around the outside of the cage, just kind of piecing Barboza apart, dude. Barboza couldn't get in. My thing is that she only threw one leg kick in the fight. You know, I was watching the whole fight like, does she throw kicks? Like, really, she was just not utilizing her weapons, you know, not really doing much in like the what's the word? She wasn't mixing it up at all. She was literally like a one-trick pony the whole time, and Maverick just pieced her up. So it is what it is. Maverick did a great job. Did what we thought she was gonna do. Moving on. Cody Gibson versus Kelleher. I had Gibson winning by decision. Gibson did win, but by round 1 submission. I had a pick for this to go over a round and a half, and we missed that. That is okay. We hit the money line, missed the result. Or the result of the fight. Hit the money line though. My pick missed. I really didn't think that Kelleher was gonna get caught in a fucking arm triangle. That's crazy. In round 1. But hey. I thought he was more of a dog than that. And I really didn't think Gibson was gonna come out wrestling like that, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because if you see you saw him fight Brad Katona, there wasn't a whole lot of submission attempts happening in that fight, you know. But Brad Katona's way smaller dude, hard to get a hold of, so I get that. I'm really hungover, man. Just really slow in the brain right now. But Gibson did a good job, man. Did a good job. He was missing a lot of strikes, man, but he was really hitting them bombs that mattered the most. Put him down, got on top, choked him out. Textbook. Got it done. In the first round, very convincingly. Did his job. Did a great job. Hit the money line. Missed the result pick, but it's okay. As long as we hit something in there, right? It's all good. It's all good. Good performance by Gibson. That was a good fight. I had a good time. Speaking of, as long as we hit something in there, this next fight, Lee versus Emil, I missed it all. Missed it all. I had Lee by round 2 submission. Lee got knocked the fuck out. Lee got knocked the fuck out in round 1. Literally was a minute in. Why are you the longer, rangier guy standing in the pocket with a short, compact powerhouse? Like, I don't know what he was doing, man, but he was just throwing hooks that were missing. Not really not doing the job that he was supposed to be doing. Chin way up in the air, throwing punches and hooks that were missing, and standing in the pocket with the male who is not missing and has a little bit more space in the pocket because he's a little guy to hit you with the shots that put you out, dude. And he just got fucking beat up. I mean, it is what it is. Dude just made a dumbass decision trying to bang in the pocket with somebody way smaller than him. Like, that don't make any different. That don't make any sense. Utilize your tools. Stand on the outside. Be rangy. I mean, if he wanted to, like, it would be up to Emil to get in the pocket himself. So use your range. Make Emil have to come to you in the pocket so you can pick him apart on the outside. Don't give him the range that he wants. It's plain and simple, and he lost because of it. So, I mean, good fight by Emil. Just came out and dominated real quick. Got a paycheck. Didn't get hit really. Went home. Is what it is. Showed up, got the bag, went back home. Good fight by Emil. Really bad on picks. Moving on. Choi versus Algio. I forgot this guy's fucking name. Duho Choi. Duho Choi versus Bill Algio. Just beat his ass, dude. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I really, I don't know what Bill Algio was doing at the end where he was like kind of going like this. Like, I don't know if he like thought he got eye poked and he was trying to like, he thought by going like that, fucking Choi was gonna be like, all right, I got you, I'll wait. What was that? I mean, that might have been like a response to getting punched in the fucking face as hard as he did. Or maybe that was him conceding. I don't know what that was, but he definitely he got fucked up in the end there. I don't in the end of the second round, I think there was like a minute left or something. 3 minutes and 38 seconds in, so it was like a minute and a half left. And he just caught him with a nasty cross, dude. Hit him bad. Oh, what happened? Algio went for a spinning elbow, like one of those like leaning elbows. I don't know what you call those. It's like a spinning back elbow, but he didn't really spin. It was like that. It was that elbow that that MVP hit Kevin Holland with. He tried to do that, and as soon as he recovered from it, Choi just fucking hit him with a massive left hook, blasted him, and just sat him down, and that was the end. Good fight. I don't know, in my opinion, I don't know how you have, like, I'm looking at the stats right now. I didn't even realize the submission attempts. I probably seen them, but I probably overlooked them. How do you have 3 times the ground control time and no submission attempts? This dude has a minute and a half of control time and 3 submission attempts. That's crazy to me. So My guy Choi gets a TKO at the end of round 2. And we had a nice little visit from the Korean zombie, huh? Got to see him in there all smiling and shit. You love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. The emotion on the guy. He definitely held that win to a high regard. For sure. It was good to see. I had, for this fight, what did I have? I had Algio winning by decision. Choi got a round 2 KO, so we were all wrong on picks. But I didn't feel comfortable. Making a pick myself on this fight. But my predictions were wrong. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Barely got the train going today, man. Oh, surprised I got up to do this video. It's crazy. Moving on. Cody Durden versus Bruno Silva, huh? I had this fight going over a round and a half, and that is what happened. So my pick hit. So at this point in the card, we were my pick. At this point, let me just count them. 1, 2, missed, hit. So at this point, we were 3 for 2 on picks. Yeah, Silva knocked him the fuck out. Did a great job. Beat his ass. I mean, let me see. I had Dirty winning by decision. I really thought that he was kind of out wrestle him and really just control the pace with his wrestling and keep him on the ground and use his wrestling credential against a guy who's kind of not really been in the ring or been in the octagon as much. Just kind of used his activity and knowledge in the game to kind of put a pace on Silva that he wasn't really gonna be able to handle. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he just got overwhelmed, got caught a couple times, and I mean, that was really the end of it. I mean, is what it is. Got him, put him out. But we hit our pick though. Over a round and a half, baby. That was really what I was more comfortable placing a bet on. I really I don't know what these people I mean, I want to say activity trumps a lot of things, but I mean, I guess he's been really training hard in this whole time that he's been off, because it's been like 11 months since he's been back. So, and then he comes back and gets another knockout. So I hope to see him again soon. It was really an exciting fight. He really did a good job. I hope we don't have to wait another year before we see another Bruno Silva fight at the end of the day. So, moving on. Halaba versus Krachewski. I really had Krachewski winning by TKO, dude. I really had him winning by TKO, and he just shit the bed, dude. Shit the bed. That was a really I didn't like that fight at all, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. What a boring ass fight it was. Now look, when I say boring, I mean boring in a way like the IQ levels just weren't there. Like there was not much high level MMA happening. It looked like two big dum-dums just throwing punches at each other the whole time. So there's a lot of strikes being landed. Like, look at these guys, they're red as fuck. They were hitting the fuck out of each other. In that sense, I guess it was exciting. But if you're looking for like high level MMA, that wasn't happening there. Ball was landing more shots. Stinging Kuczewski way more. And then it just got to a point where I could just see Kuczewski just breaking under the pressure. And Ball just kind of ran away with it. I mean, he would get they would get on the ground, and Ball was doing a lot more work on the ground, doing a lot more damage. Every time Kuczewski got any control time on the ground, he wasn't really doing much with it, wasn't doing much damage. So, I mean, honestly, I know I was talking about before, Kuczewski was just longer, bigger, all of those things. Ball looked wider, looked like the bigger guy in there. Like when I was looking at them both in the cage, I could really not see the size difference. Kuczewski is taller, Kuczewski is longer, Kuczewski is younger, Kuczewski is like all those things, and Ball just looked like a bigger man, which I think they need their sizes revamped here on ESPN. Maybe we start using Tapology instead of ESPN, because that it did not look their size differences did not look right. In my opinion, they did not look right. I had Kuczewski went in by money line TKO. I had him winning by TKO, but I had a pick on here for Kuczewski winning. Didn't happen. He got fucked up. Is what it is. Missed on picks bad on that one. We are on picks. I was at this point. I was 3 for 3, so 50% on picks right now. But it's okay. We move on. Next fight. Garcia versus Choi. I had Garcia winning by round 1 KO, and that's what happened, baby. Yes, sir. We knew. Garcia, round 1 knockout, baby. I told you. I said it. I manifested it. My pick. Garcia money line. Garcia money line via KO round 1, baby. We had that. And we get those. We get those. Manifestation. We do these. We do those. We do this. You feel me? That's what I say. We manifest. It's okay. Bro, that was a fast fight too. Literally a fast ass fight. Beamed him, dude. Honestly, it happened so fast that I didn't even see what punch landed that put him out. There was oh god, I was so drunk last night too. I can't even it was like a foggy, blurry mess, that fight. I can't even remember what punch landed that put him out. I just remember him getting knocked out in the first round. I looked at the time, I'm like, there's no way that I guessed it like that. That's crazy. So at this point, I want to say I'm 4 for 3 on picks, but shit, round 1 knockout Garcia, that was like a 3 for baby. That was like a 3 for baby. I want to say shit. I want to say like 7 for 3 on picks, but no, we're gonna stay legit. We're 4 for 3 on picks themselves. The predictions tonight were pretty nice. I know I said Usman won, he lost. My money line predictions. Let's see, we were 1. Missed that one. 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 I mean, we missed a lot of the money line picks, or my predictions rather. But ultimately, I mean, there were things that I was right about on fights that I was also like, there was only like 2 or 3 where I was just completely wrong. You know, MMA math don't be mathin' sometimes, but you know, so then you get shit like this where I absolutely called it, and it makes you feel real good. Real good. All right, next fight, main event. Lemos versus Barboja. I'm sorry, Lemos versus Jandiroba. So I knew Jandiroba was gonna win this fight. I called that. I said she was gonna use her wrestling. She did that. I didn't think she was gonna get a submission. I knew she was gonna out wrestle her, dude. I totally seen that coming. Once again, Lemos has 0 takedown defense. Once again, Lemos has 0 ground game. Just can't do it on the ground. She can't do it. So I think she just needs to spend the next however long she's got until her next fight on wrestling. She really got to get that together, bro. Because she's got no submission defense. Like once she gets no, I mean, I want to say no takedown defense. Jandiroba shot 5 and only got 1. She got a transition when she got I think Jandiroba shot a takedown, and then Lemos kind of reversed it on her, and then kind of got on this like side by side thing, and couldn't capitalize, couldn't get on top, couldn't get any ground control going, and then she got reversed and then eventually submitted. So I mean, she's got to work on that ground game, bro. She's got no ground game, and it showed really bad. She got her ground game got exposed by fucking Zhang Weili when they fought, and it's showing here. So she's got to get that together. Great win by Jandiroba. I had Jandiroba winning by decision. Jandiroba won by round 2 armbar. My picks I had for this fight was for it to go over 2.5 rounds. That is what happened. So hit that pick. Missed the Jandiroba going over 3 takedowns. I had Jandiroba landing at least 3 takedowns, and she attempted 5, only got 1. So at this point, I think we were 5 for 4. 5 for 4. Or 5 and 4 on picks. I guess a positive night. I guess a positive night in that aspect. Now if you want to go ahead and see, I didn't have a pick for it, so okay. That's a card. Ultimately, it was a decent card. I didn't hate it. You know, there was a lot of exciting things happening. Round 1 knockouts. I think it started off a little slow, especially with them big fat boys in the beginning. It was really fucking whack, but it got way strong in the back half of it for sure. The main fight was actually exciting. The main event, I had a great time watching it. I'll tell you what I didn't have a great time watching. That Mike Perry and Jake Paul fight. Why did Mike Perry look so ass in there, dude? Hey, man. Hey, man. At the end of the day, look. Mike Perry ain't a boxer, dude. And you could just totally tell he wasn't doing any like boxing stuff. Like if you look at like if you watch boxers fight, like two actual boxers, if you watch them fight, it's all tight like this. It's all tight like this in the pocket, right? This was Mike Perry the whole time. You know, that's not really, that works in bare knuckle because you can't use these to really guard as much, right? Because they're small fists. But in boxing, they go like this because the fucking gloves are so big, you could use them to guard. But he was in there boxing like it was fucking bare knuckle. Like this. So anytime you get in the pocket, he's got nothing guarding himself with. And dude just kept getting tagged every single time he would get in the pocket because he's not a boxer. He's a bare knuckle fighter / MMA fighter. So what do we tell ourselves at the end of the day? Jake Paul beats another non-boxer. You know, I don't want to sound like a hater. He did a good job. You know, I mean, it was an impressive win at the end of the day. See, out of all the people that he's beaten, even Tyron Woodley being an MMA champion or a UFC champion at some point. At the end of the day, I do hold this win over this TKO loss over Mike Perry to a high standard. That was a good win. At the end of the day, though, when I watched Mike Perry fight, he did not look like a boxer in there. Did not look like a boxer. So, I mean, I give, like I said, I do hold that win over Mike Perry to a high standard. That was a good win. Does have a bit of grain of salt on it though. It didn't really look. It was kind of like, I really don't know how else to explain it other than that. I mean, he just looked like an older MMA fighter in there. Didn't look like a hungry, he didn't look like a young hungry boxer in there. And I think that's what it takes to beat Jake Paul right now, is a young hungry boxer. Or even, doesn't even have to be young, just a hungry boxer. A boxer. Not an MMA fighter. Not somebody who, I know he's not an MMA fighter now, but he's a bare knuckle boxer. Way different rule sets, way different training. Stance is different, defense is different. So he literally trained boxing for, like, boxing, the rules of boxing, the sweet science to boxing. He trained that for this fight. That hasn't been in his normal regimen. So, I mean, hey, Jake Paul wins again. We get to listen to him run his mouth some more. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is what it is. It's all good. Great win by Mike Perry. I'm sorry. Great win by Jake Paul. Very bad showing by Mike Perry. I hope this doesn't fuck up his career. I hope it doesn't make him. I hope that loss doesn't fuck up bare knuckle boxing like BKFC. I hope BKFC is gonna be okay. I think because their poster boy just got fucked up by Jake Paul. That's not good. Like a close decision, or even just a decision loss, would have looked a lot better than getting knocked out by Jake Paul. So I hope his career will be all right and intact, and I hope that doesn't really detriment BKFC too much. I know leading up to this, can't remember his name, the owner of BKFC, in a couple of interviews, dude was talking about like this could only be a plus, like this is only good, even if he loses, like it only helps BKFC in the name. And I think what people were saying was the only thing that this could hurt BKFC is if he just gets absolutely schooled and knocked the fuck out by Jake Paul, right? That's what they were saying. That's the only way. He didn't get knocked the fuck out, but he got absolutely schooled by Jake Paul. That was just a dominant performance by Jake Paul. I don't even, like, he cut him. Jake Paul got cut, I guess, but that wasn't. He just got pieced up. He got fucked up. Mike Perry did. So not really the best case scenario for BKFC. I hope they're gonna be good. I hope they're not made a joke of because their poster boy can't even beat Jake Paul. But I think we gotta stop talking about Jake Paul like he can't fight. Dude can box. Dude can box. So power. He's just like he's just a big, strong man. I don't know how I feel about that Mike Tyson fight. After watching that, I don't think he should do it. I really don't want to see. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's gonna beat Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson's just older, dude. I don't want to see him get hurt. Like as a fan of the sport, I don't want to see him get hurt. I really don't. Just because his ego's in the way. Or Mike Tyson don't need money. It's really just about ego, and I don't think his brain cells are worth that. So that's that. Those were the fights. I was 4-3 on picks. My results were kind of hit or miss, but we got that Garcia round 1 KO, baby. Yes, we did. We take those. We feel good about that. So aside from that, that was that. Good card. Good night of fights. Jake Paul does it again. Jake Paul does it again. Sick. I'm gonna go take a poop. Until next time. Doses.